Hello, welcome to Day One Patch Podcast, episode 227. Adriano's not here.
Yeah, I shot him. It was terrible. I shot him, then ran him over. He was coming out of the gym, and I just shot him in the foot, trying to limp away, and I ran him over. That's terrible, actually. Yeah. That's really terrible.
That's really bad. I'm your host, Ryan Johnson. That's Matt Lawrence being terrible over there.
Yep.
Some of the top stories. We got a lot of news, kind of. I say kind of.
Lots of news, kind of?
I say kind of. There's a lot of topics, and yeah.
Like, come on,
There's a lot of topics, and there's a lot of info in these topics.
Okay.
So they're meaty topics as
and
well.
And I got a real good query corner, too.
Oh, Christ. Let's plow through these then.
Well, it's going to be a 2-hour episode, probably. That's fine.
So up first, we got Assassin's Creed Odyssey is letting you pay for permanent XP boosts, among other things. Telltale's Walking Dead final season will continue after massive layoffs. Nintendo president explains why Switch voice chat uses phone app. Microsoft's new game streaming service xCloud announced. PSN Online ID change feature entering PlayStation preview program soon. And PlayStation patent details new tech for remasters.
There you go.
So, Matt, what's new?
Doing the daily grind, I guess. Still doing Fortnite here and there, but I think I'm starting to become fatigued of doing the grind of Fortnite. So I really like playing the matches still. Like, I'm not bored of the gameplay. I really like trying to win and building and whatever. But I'm sick of like the challenges this season are more difficult, more involved than the last ones. And like, for example, I have a challenge from last week, which is like get 200 damage with a heavy sniper. It's not the fact that I keep missing with heavy snipers. I haven't seen one. Like, I haven't been able to pick one up.
Right.
It was a multi-stage challenge. So I've gotten them like during the week. But like since I've gotten to that stage, I haven't seen one. And they go quick in 50-50. Like a lot of time I'll do like 50-50. And they go quick, like everyone's after them. There was a really stupid one this week where you have to throw a tomato with like the little emote tomato throw thing. And you have to hit a player within 20 meters.
Oh, wow.
But luckily, some guy noticed I was throwing tomatoes at him, and he
let you do it.
And he like stood away from me, and he kept backing up until I got it, and then
that's nice.
Yeah, and then he hit me with a tomato, and then we moved on.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
So
I had one of those encounters too. It's nice when other players are trying to help you out.
It's really weird in Fortnite. It's like the actual in-game experience. Marty and I have had one really bad experience where these guys were chirping us
on mic.
Not on mic, but they were like being dicks. Like they were clearly like if I remember correctly, they were streamers. And they were being like real big jerks and like doing like the cry emote and stuff. And then they ended up killing Marty because I was already dead. And they were like messaging Marty saying like, you're not even good. And, like stuff like that. Because they're like, we were messing around. You couldn't even kill us. It's like, yeah, because I don't play 12 hours a day, bud. So like, calm down. But then it's weird because like most of the, you see a lot of, for lack of a better term, douchebags on like Reddit and stuff. Where people be like, hey, I'm not doing well. Like, what should I be doing? You know, like a legit question. Like, hey, what should I do? Should I be practicing building? Like, you know, just casually. Like, what should I be doing? Yeah. And people will be like, oh, just get good. You scrub. You're just trash. You're just a trash can.
Yeah.
But then on the actual game, and I mean, admittedly, a lot of the comments are fine too. But in the game, the experience is fine. Like, stuff like that happens. This guy and I in solos teamed up. I didn't have a gun. He gave me a gun, and we went driving around doing drive-bys in a Jeep.
Yeah, that happened to me too. That's great.
I think we were doing the stunt challenge or something. Like, and we just did the stunt challenge together, and then we were in solos. Like, what the hell? Like, and that doesn't happen in other games. Like,
no, it's cool, and those things are almost like unpredictable too. You know?
Yeah, like it's. Plus, I think the skill of Fortnite's increasing. Like, I mean, obviously, as I play too, like I'm obviously skilling up to an extent. But like these guys are because there's money in it now. These guys are doing like 12-hour days and like 8-hour days, and so like I'll be able to get top 10 easily. Like if you say like go get top 10, like I'll do it. Like I'll get a couple of kills. I'll survive. Like as I'll strategically engage. Right.
Yeah.
Play a little bit more cautiously, but then like the last 10, like usually that's how I got my first wins was I would kind of play conservatively and then I would kind of move in and then it was kind of like a draw at the end of like, oh, if someone's way better than me, I'm going to die, but there's a chance they'll mess up or I'll be better than them and then I'll end up winning the match. Now that like it seems like the top 10 is always like guys that can build like crazy. The last win I got on solos was I think it was a full 10 minutes I was fighting the last guy. Him and I were just like fighting each other the whole time. Like I was building, he was rocketing me, then I was shooting him, then I was knocking his stuff down, he's building up. Like it was a full fight. Mm-hmm. And how I ended up getting him was I pretended I was out of ammo. So I had two P90s and I pulled out the 1P90 and I was shooting, and I intentionally went ding, 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 and he jumped on me, and I pulled out a second one and I killed him.
Oh, nice.
So like I ended up tricking him, but like that was like there's some crazy moments in the game, but like I think it's getting crazier.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I'm just getting bored of doing the grind, and it sucks because it's like I want the battle pass stuff. And this week or this season, it used to be you only have to do 7 of the 10 weeks to get the skin. You have to do all the challenges of all the weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like if I don't find a heavy sniper this week,
yeah. It does seem like they disappeared too. I remember like before the challenge to like kill 3 people with an LMG or a minigun.
Yeah.
It's like I found them all the time. I always like had a minigun on me pretty much. You know?
Yeah.
And then the challenge comes out and it's like they disappeared.
Yeah, I had a hell of a time with that too. What I ended up doing was I kept dropping at Tilted because I had so many drops there, and I was just sitting in a building waiting for someone to ambush me, and I would just kill them with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's trap. Like that's what I was doing tonight. That's why I kept dropping in hot zones. Was now there's a trap challenge. Got to kill the trap. So now what I'm doing is I'm dropping in hot zones and I'm just like placing traps down, and then when I get in a fight, hopefully someone will hit the trap.
Mm-hmm.
But like like that to me, like that's not for like I want to play and win, or like at least play and have a good time and like get up in the rankings and like get better. But like I'm not. This is why I hate challenges in games, because I'm not doing that. I'm doing like I have to use a trap here, and maybe that increases my chance of dying by 30%. But I got to use a trap here just in case just in case.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, they even have those ones where you like the little obstacle course where you had to get the stars and you had to like jump and build and do stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're just out in the open. And it's like you're going to die.
50-50 is where you do those for sure, because if it's on your side, chances of people being there are less, and then you just do it there. But like most of my challenges I do there, and it's not like I'm sucking either. Like I got through all my week 2 challenges except for that stage 3 one really quickly. It's literally the fact that I haven't found a heavy sniper, and chances are when I find one, I'll be in a close quarter situation, won't be able to freaking use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 200 damage, so that means I have to hit somebody. I don't remember. I think the minimum damage of a heavy sniper is 100 or it's near it.
It doesn't add up though. It's not cumulative damage.
No, it does.
Okay.
But like now, if I get one hit and then die, now I got to find a heavy sniper.
You got to do it again.
Get a hit again.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole pain in the ass. But I started Friday the 13th last night.
Oh, you did download.
And
did you play with Marty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I kind of abandoned when I fell asleep. I was supposed to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I downloaded it last night. I was playing it, and that game's fucking scary sometimes. But I was walking around for a very brief period doing as Jason in the chat doing Bane quotes. So I would be like, come up behind. Like I think I only did it once. I can't remember.
Were you guys playing online?
Yeah, but like Marty, I think we were in the party chat, but I like came up behind Marty, and because he was a survivor, and we had like it was our first match. We had no idea what was going on, and I ended up being Jason, my first time ever playing. And I came up behind somebody. I'm like, what? One might wonder why you'd shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. And then Marty's like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, because like this person's screaming as I'm like picking them up. So like I really want to do that in the actual public chat.
Right.
Where I walk around as Jason just doing bait quotes for you, just like cut him up or something. Because that game is violent. There was one kill where it didn't one kill. I got my arms chopped off and then an axe in my head. My next death, they didn't show it. So I was like, how violent was that death?
Jeez.
But there was a really scary one where I was like, so what ends up happening is you have like a HUD and stuff. Have you played it at all? Do you want to know like the synopsis?
I've seen it.
Okay, so you have to like repair the boat or repair the car, right? So there's 2 funny stories, real brief. One where they got the car running because Marty and I had helped get the car running, and they hit the gas without us, and Jason was there. And I was running after them in the public chat screaming, you cowards! You cowards! So everyone could hear me screaming at them, you cowards. And I'm just screaming like at them. And then Jason goes after them, not Marty and I. And I was like, I hope you die! And I ran off into the woods. But
is it proximity or can you talk you talk to everyone? Like the survivors? Can you all talk to each other? It's proximity
unless you get a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
And then, because there was one time where Marty and I could hear each other and we weren't close. And we think we both had walkie-talkies. We're still new. We only played maybe 4 rounds. But I think it was because we both had walkie-talkies. So we were able to play. But it was weird. Marty was like, oh, most people talk. And then when we started playing, like nobody was talking. And so I was like, well, like we might as well go into party chat then. Because it was just awkward. It's like I can't hear him.
The quality's less too, right?
The quality's less. And it was like a bit of a mess. And then like we had some of the people don't want to just talk. So I was like, okay, well... But the game is like really simplistic and everything else, and like it's dark, which covered up the fact that it
looks bad.
The graphics look bad. But like Marty was saying, like it's pretty fun and he's going to get into it. I agree with that, But I think it's still seasonal for me. Like I think it'll be like kind of like a Halloween-y thing,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be done.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is like this is the whole thing. Now it's like I want to play this game and I can't do my Fortnite challenges. So good old games as a service.
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
There you go.
which has been a fantastic experience. If not just for the magnitude of it all, is very impressive. And I've only been to like 3 districts.
Okay.
And it's a massive map. You know, like you're literally playing in all of Greece, all of ancient Greece. Like it's insanity. You know,
Like holy.
and
Jesus.
I haven't been to Athens yet, and that's supposed to be like a giant city.
You haven't been to Athens yet.
You've played. You haven't played. Pew, 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 pew.
Game with guns.
No, it's
Game
not
with
actually.
akimbo guns?
No, it's not. It's completely
Origins?
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed Origins.
Yeah, I played it.
You have played it.
Yeah.
Did you get to Alexandria?
Nope.
So that's a big city. Okay.
Well, I remember when I say played it, I mean I played it here.
Oh, okay.
And I ran out in the desert because you didn't realize, like, it was your first day or something, and you didn't know whether the map was locked. And I
that's
ran
right.
for like 5 minutes, and the map ended up being locked out. And I was like, for a map that's like the fucking starter zone, like I was on a freaking camel for like 5 minutes. Like, what the hell?
So yeah, it's like that. But there's a lot more like water because you have a boat.
Okay,
And you can sail between the islands and stuff.
okay, that's pretty cool.
it-
And
it's-
is it like are you actually boating, or is it like travel to Athens and then it just
No,
kinda, like,
it's
loads?
like the Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag boating.
Okay.
And there's combat. There's ship
Oh
combat. and
shit!
stuff.
It's like the big ships. I was thinking like the little gondolas like in Venice.
They have those still, but no, you have the big ships. Yeah, bunch of people rowing underneath, and then a big sail when you need to go really fast.
I really like that era of history too.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So I might need to go check it out.
Like I think you should skip Origins actually.
But I really like Egyptian stuff too.
Play it afterwards. Plus chronologically too.
Well, I have Origins, so I should really do that.
Yes.
See, this is again. I haven't even beat Spider-Man. Just fucking do my Fortnite challenges.
No, get on Spider-Man.
do my Fortnite
We'll
challenges.
have to finish it on stream then.
But now we're doing Friday the 13th
We'll use the streaming time to finish it.
to do
for you.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Christ, like this is ridiculous. These goddamn games.
Yeah. But no, it's a magnificent looking game. The combat is simplistic but fun, and I know it gets more complex as you go. There's a bunch of things you can map to your buttons. The Spartan kick is fantastic. That's always fun.
You are a Spartan in the game, right?
You are a Spartan, but you're a mercenary.
So you can work for anyone.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
and you don't have there's a plot line why you don't really have allegiance to any one city state in particular.
Okay.
You know, so. It's tough to choose what side, and I don't know what the ramifications are of choosing one side. I made a major mistake in the beginning of the game.
Jesus.
So yeah, they're making this more RPG-like, right?
Right.
So your decisions do have ramifications. I made a horrible one,
Uh-oh.
absolutely horrible,
Uh-oh.
and it seemed like the most absolute right decision to make at the time, and that's what kills me. They tricked me, and I don't like that.
Can you tell me it, or is it too
No,
spoiler-worthy?
I'd say people should experience it for themselves.
Okay. Well, what in those situations? Bethesda games have this a lot. Do you look it up to figure out what the best reward is, or like how do you make those decisions?
I may have once in some game. It might have been Mass Effect or something like that because I was really concerned. Like it was something I really liked and didn't want to screw up. I forget what it was exactly.
Okay.
Right, but it was something I really didn't want to screw up. Maybe I looked it up once.
Okay.
But most of the time, I try to go in blind and see what happens. But what pisses me off about this decision is I made the morally correct decision. Okay, and it came back to bite me in the ass.
Interesting.
So they punished me for doing the right thing.
I've taken a different stance actually with games like this. So I used to do what you did, which is why I bring it up, where I would do the morally correct thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really care if I do the morally correct thing; it goes wrong. Like back then, like back when I made those decisions, I'd be like, whatever. Now I might be more like I'll probably lean more toward morally correct things with decisions, but I find myself doing things more. I don't know whether it'd be more thematically or more.
You want to be like
the way I want
in character.
So, okay, so I'll just give you an example. This is literally when I started doing this. Do you remember, and this is slight spoiler alert for a side quest, in Fallout 4, there's the ship that is stuck, the flying big pirate ship that is stuck on top of the bank, I think it is, and then he wants to like blast off or whatever. Well, these people have, I don't remember the full details, but these people have a part that they need. And so you're supposed to go down there and you can like negotiate with them, or you can like take it from them, or like whatever. You need to get this part. And so in traditional Fallout fashion, it's like, get the part.
Yeah.
That's your objective. I don't care how you do it, right? So I was down there and I was like negotiating and I was like talking to them. And I remember in the background, one guy turned over and he's like, you know what makes the wasteland bad? People like you. And I was like, you motherfucker. And I pulled out a rifle and I shot his head off. And I was like, this is how I'm getting this part. And I just killed all those people. I killed them all. And I murdered them like animals. But like after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to play this game like that's what I would do in the wasteland. Like imagine in the real wasteland, you know, back like, you know, you would be a totally different person if you were in that situation.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, thematically, and like obviously like it's a game. So I'm like more ready for like, I'm just going to shoot you in the head. You know?
Yeah.
So I was just like, so that's how I play it now is I just.
Well, it's amazing though. Like you see like Black Friday where people are fighting over a TV, which is unnecessary for survival.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are punching and trampling and fighting people over a TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine what it's like when they're fighting for something for their survival.
Yeah. Like seriously.
If there's a loaf of bread that you find that's still good, you know,
and there's only a loaf of bread in the wasteland.
And there's only a loaf of bread, and you know, neither of you have eaten for like a week.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Someone's getting shot.
Someone's dying, yeah.
Yeah, someone's getting hurt.
Yeah.
Until civilization starts coming in with the Minutemen.
Yeah, you literally need a governing body, you know, that enforces rules and regulates them.
Or a whole crap ton of resources. So then it's just like, go ahead and take those berries. I'll eat these ones. Like,
but there's definitely a reason why humans have always lived under some form of leadership. We cannot actually be completely free people.
We also can't necessarily advance too well otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We would crumble without any governing anything.
Because if you had a motivation, you're like, I'm going to build a skyscraper, but you're alone. Mm-hmm. It's like, well,
right.
I guess I'm going to start stacking these rocks up.
Yeah,
like you know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Odyssey's great. It definitely has its problems. Like people are giving it like 9s and stuff. I'm not there yet. You know, but they've played most of the game though. I haven't. So
they've only played most. They haven't beat it. So it's like a pretty long game.
Well, the IGN guy was apparently like going like nuts trying to finish the game in time. It's because it's massive. Like even Origin took me forever to finish. You know.
I remember you guys were saying that. Like I want to say Aaron platinumed it.
He may have. And what sucks is like games like that I like. It's like they overstay their welcome. It's like I really like this game,
but I want it to
end.
But
now you're going on too long.
Like I want it to end now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's really weird actually is not to like prolong the episode, but what's really weird is that the kids when I was a kid, I used to just play a game for playing a game, and now it's like I need an objective, and then I have that feeling of this game is overstaying. I never had that when I was a kid. That's weird that develops because I used to be as a kid. I'd be like, oh, this game never ends. Cool.
But I'm also like, busier than I ever have been. When I was a kid, you get home from school and you literally play games until you go to bed.
No, but you'd be less productive though. Like if I gave you an hour today versus an hour when you were 11, let's say, you would complete 8 missions in an hour today and 3 as a kid. So you're still technically finishing more in the least amount of time.
I may have been I may be more proficient now, but I was pretty straightforward in my games. Like I don't like exploring. I don't waste time looking at nooks and crannies.
Oh, really?
And looking at pieces and reading stuff. I rarely read things in games.
I never did that, but I would like drive away from cops in games. Like I used to play Driver and GTA a lot when I was a little bit older, and then I played Mercenaries a fuck ton. Like I just played Mercenaries over and over again. Because like that, it was just like, oh, this is cool, and I didn't like. It's weird that we developed that because I didn't care. Like today, I'd be like, man, that's a waste of time. I already got the achievements. But like back then, it was like there was no achievements. So I'd just be like, man, I'm just gonna go play Mercenaries 6 times over.
Yeah, but again, it's that thing too where all these games are demanding our time, and so you feel like you're wasting time playing Odyssey when you should be playing Fortnite or Overwatch or whatever else. You know.
I'm starting to get that feeling now, though, where like I'm missing things in like let's say Overwatch, and I don't care. I'm starting to get that feeling where I'm like, do I really care? Like, I personally want to go in a game.
Or what?
What's that?
In Fortnite or
in everything?
Okay.
Like I mean, in like if there's like something really big in Fallout, maybe it's something I really really want, and of course, then I'll try to go get it. But if I miss something, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, eh. And I think that might be the way to go because I'm finding myself not enjoying games so much as being like, which one do I check off the old list?
Right.
Because when I play Xbox, I don't play Xbox like a super ridiculous amount, but like maybe like once a week or twice a week. And I'll play with like my Xbox crew. We don't do anything that's like make sure you get these objectives done. Like there's a Road to Battlefield 5 collection of challenges on Battlefield 1, and we've been quote unquote doing them. I did one of like the 8 or whatever they are. I don't care.
Right.
Like I don't care.
Right.
But and it's not like it hurts me. But there was a weapon skin I wanted, and so I was like, okay, I want to do that. I did it, and then I don't care about the rest now. Whereas I still have this mentality of Fortnite. I want it all. Whereas I think that's the wrong mentality to have because now I'm like stressing out about winning to make sure I get the most XP so I level up, so I tier up. So it's like too much.
This is my problem with the Fortnite model, though. We had this discussion a few podcasts back where you literally pay to unlock challenges to win items, and if you don't meet the deadline that you paid for, they're locked out forever.
Yes. And now there's like sub objectives. So if it's like if you somehow get to like let's say you're content at tier 60, get to tier 60. Well, if you didn't complete, I think it's 50 challenges, you don't get all the cowboy hat colors for like the cowgirl. It's like I understand that it's just a color on a cowboy hat, like it's not life threatening, but it's like I fucking paid for that, and so that kind of stings a bit. And
also, gamers are historically completionists, and like you want to collect it all. You know, and so it hurts when you can't collect all the things that are available to you and you paid for it. Now, I understand that it is cheaper to get the battle pass than to buy all those items individually. They even tell you how much it's worth at the end or something, don't they?
Well, it's 150 V-Bucks per tier.
But like how much each item would be. Like the skins obviously are like, like 1,000 or a few thousand V-Bucks and stuff.
I'd say $29 Canadian on average.
Each for like the skin?
Each, yeah.
So the battle pass
for the skin and
is definitely a value.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense them cutting it off, but it's still the whole idea of it bothers me. Overwatch, the things come back. Now they do have some permanent locked ones.
Yeah.
But the holiday the seasonal ones they come back every year.
Well, this year they brought back the Skull Trooper, which is a premium only skin in the item shop. See, like it's different because the battle, like you're right, the battle pass items they get locked out, but the item shop items they have a potential to come back.
They come back, yeah.
I think maybe a couple of them might be locked out from way back, which was before my time. But like Skull Trooper came back, and people were freaking out about that, and they get updated. Like the Tomato Man got updated,
right,
and stuff like that. But
I still haven't seen that the Indiana Jones looking one. I only have the picture of it. I've never seen it in the game. Never seen anyone wearing it. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I dreamt it. But I remember sending it to you guys.
That's weird. I don't remember that.
I'm gonna contact Fortnite now.
Figure out what the hell's going on.
I'll pay you $50 for the skin, please.
There is like a big database of the items. You might maybe better off just searching them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just looking.
All right, let's get into the news since we got a bunch of it. Speaking of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and paying for things, they allow you to pay for permanent XP boosts. This comes to us from GameSpot. With the game now available, we've learned all about items you can purchase using the franchise's Helix credit system. You can purchase Helix credits in 5 different packages, Matt. Base pack, 500 Helix credits. 500 Helix credits for $5. 1050 Helix credits for $10. 2400 for $20. 4600 for $35, and 7400 for $50. So clearly, the extra large pack of 7400 Helix credits is your best value. But how do you feel about paying for XP boosts, and you can also get in-game currency drachmae boosts?
See, this is fucking stupid because it's a single player game.
But
it's fucking stupid.
So people have issues with pay to win, but this is just yourself.
No, but that's fucking stupid. Like it's the same stance I take with Shadow of War. It's fucking stupid. Let's make this game shorter. That sounds counterintuitive. For more money, I get less.
Yeah, because
it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, because you could just like boost your XP past the level area for that region.
Yeah,
Each region has like a set, like 14 to 16, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
You could just boost yourself up and then just walk through that map. You know what I mean?
It really sucks because like it cheapens the game. It makes it feel cheaper. Like something like there's credits that you have to purchase to get stuff in the Creative Club on Follow, but you're purchasing essentially little mini expansions. Whereas this, you're not purchasing expansions, you're purchasing like an XP boost. It's like it just cheapens it. And now every time I get an XP, I'm like, now I'm not maximizing.
Yeah.
See, again, it's like the whole completionist thing. It's like now I'm not maximizing.
The drachmae I kind of understand because like,
can you explain that? I don't know what that is.
It's just in-game money.
Oh, that's like the gold in the game or whatever? Okay.
Like you might want to buy an item in a shop or something, or buy a horse you find out there.
But is it something that like I need to grind for 4 real months?
No, it's very easy to make drachma actually.
So then like it cheapens it.
Yeah, you're right. The point of the game is you're a mercenary. You do jobs
to get money.
I
don't want to buy money. That just cheapens it.
But the thing is, though, there's people that do it, and I think that's who they're targeting. The people who do it. They don't care. They don't care about us. They know we're never going to do it.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like do it a bunch.
Yeah.
So they're focusing on those people.
I agree. I agree with. I agree with selling things in a single player game if it permanently adds to the experience. But an XP boost will go away, assuming the game has a level cap. And if it's not like a 4-month grind to get something, why sell it? And I don't know who's buying that. Like, why are you buying that? Is the game super hard, so you have to grind your level? So then, therefore, if you just buy them, then you can just do the story to save time. Because I know people that do buy stuff just because they don't have the time to like do the 4-month grind.
See, that is possible because if you just play the story missions, you won't be leveled enough. You know, you play 2 or 3 story missions, you can't do the next one because it's past your level. You have to do the side quests to level up.
But see, to me, so like, what's the urgency?
If you don't have time, if you don't have a lot of time in your life, $10 for a permanent XP and a drachma boost, then maybe that does help you.
But what is the rush? Like this goes back to that whole productivity thing, is in completionist thing. What's the rush? If you have 2 hours a week to play Assassin's Creed, okay, that game's gonna last you a long freaking time.
Oh yeah.
Let's say around a year. Let's say about a year. 2 hours a week, you do about a year. Well, why are you trying to shorten that time? If you're not enjoying it, wouldn't you just stop playing it? Like, why? What's the point of purchasing it? It's not like those. It's not like something's getting locked out in Fortnite. It's like you have to do this now, or like during these 3 weeks, or like 3 months, or whatever the season length is. You have to do it during the season, or you're locked out. And same with like Overwatch events. It's like we'll be locked out till next year. Why is it that we care so much about this? Like this is what I'm not understanding. Why are we trying to be completionists like this?
Like
we bought this, and our first thing out of our mind is let's do something else. Like then why the hell did you buy this?
Well,
and I'm guilty of it too. To be clear, like
yeah, I don't know.
Like you're buying every game. There's no chance. I'm not buying Red Dead because I don't want to. It's not because I have the money. It's not due to the fact that I'm being cheap or something. It's because I want to play Fallout 76. You know, and that's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's my reason right there. But like, there's a lot of people out there that would want to rush 76 or rush Red Dead to get to 76 or vice versa, whatever order they're buying it in, whether they buy it at launch or not. So it's like you're trying to get through Odyssey. But like, do you see what I'm saying though? You're trying to get through Odyssey. You're not just playing like we've lost that. Just play it to have fun. It's now like I need to get through this.
I'd say you're right, but this is how I always am come this time of year, though.
No,
like since high school,
I'm not pointing the finger at you.
I know. I'm just saying that since high school, I pretty much bought every big AAA game in October and November. You know, and I've always just like nonstop played them throughout that time period.
But do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I don't waste time in games either. It's something I've never done is just goof around. Like even like Minecraft, I got bored because I didn't have an objective.
Yeah, that's fair.
GTA Online, I got bored just driving around. You guys were running off doing stuff. I kind of just looked at my cars in my garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like just goofing off in games. I like an objective and I like working to that objective and finishing it. And I love ticking it off the freaking quest log.
Yeah.
You know? So that's just how I've always played games.
Yeah, so you don't like just go into the world and look around and stuff.
Instantly I look for a new quest.
How would you deal with a Fallout 76 quest? So this is something that restored my faith in it. As I was watching another video, I think I may have sent it to you guys, and they said that what they did was they went into a place, they found a note. The note hinted at there was like a vault somewhere. So they were like a not a vault tech vault, like a vault of something, like, you know, some money or something. So they like went out and they couldn't find it. They couldn't find the key or whatever. So then they found another note, and it was like a little bit of a puzzle. Would you have read that note?
If that's the quest to like,
no, there's no quest.
No, but if that's the idea to finish a puzzle of some sort, yeah.
No, but there's no reason to do that though. Like,
but that would be like a personal quest.
No,
then.
but you clear out the place.
Yeah.
Would you have read that original note that set you off? I think it would be no. Because there's no,
but
like you go to a place and you kill everyone there.
Yeah.
You've already cleared out, let's say, 10 rooms. but there's 12 rooms and 2 of them are locked. But you don't realize they're there, or you see them and like, oh, those are locked. Do you really care? And are you going to go look for a note? That's what Fallout 76 I think has some stuff in. But I like that.
I like that gun that's locked in the in Fallout 4 in the vault.
Yeah,
I never went and got that.
The cryogenic gun.
I never went back and got that.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gone. There's no. Why go back?
Because I want to go get that gun.
But I have a bunch of guns.
I remembered that to the level, and I went and I got that gun.
I took note of it, but it's like I'm probably not going to come back for this gun. I would like to, but I just don't.
What are you doing? For shame, Ryan. For shame.
I need to be given a goal. My goal is not to get that gun.
Admittedly, then buying every game kind of makes sense for you. Then,
yeah,
fair enough for you.
But
for you,
so we have Odyssey coming out.
Yeah,
I'm probably buying Starlink, but Starlink will probably only be played with Aaron.
I didn't think he was going to be playing it because he's worked on it a bunch.
If not, it'll just be sitting on my shelf or my digital shelf. And then Red Dead comes out on the 26th,
which is a big one.
That's a massive game.
That's real big.
And then 76 is coming out in November,
which is another big one.
Massive game. So this is different than any other year for me. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Ryan.
Last was it 2 years ago that Dishonored came out? Dishonored 2?
I don't know.
That one got lost on me because I had too many games.
I literally lost that game.
That one's a victim to too many games.
I purchased that game on Boxing Day for $30, and I lost the disc. I don't know where it is.
Jeez.
I lost the whole case and everything. I have no idea where it is.
All right, let's get rolling here. We're only on the second story.
I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a 2-hour episode because I have a really good query.
Oh, my God. Telltale's Walking Dead final season will continue after massive layoffs, again coming to us from GameSpot. So it was saved by Robert Kirkman's company, Skybound Entertainment.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I remembered it from, is actually seeing the logo on the Walking Dead games.
Oh, okay.
Or I saw it somewhere too. I don't know what other games they made, but
maybe the Overkill's Walking Dead game,
something like that. Yeah. So I remember seeing their logo. So I guess they're gonna save the final season of The Walking Dead. We've successfully negotiated with Telltale Games for our company Skybound to come in and see season 4 of the Telltale game to completion. Kirkman said during an appearance at New York Comic Con. We can't lose Andrew Lincoln and Clementine in the same year.
That's sad, yeah.
So, also an update. Despite laying off the majority of its staff, Telltale did retain 25 employees. However, it seems that now even those people have been laid off, further throwing the future of its Walking Dead series into question. And I don't think those people are going to come back to finish the series unless you're really passionate about it. And a lot of those devs were angry that they were just like cut loose with no severance and stuff. So I don't think they're coming back. So they're going to have to hire a whole new team, I think.
Well, I mean, they could come back under Starbreeze. Like, they're mad at Telltale. They're not mad at Starbreeze.
I was listening to a podcast today, though, that a lot of those people probably either found work already at another studios. A lot of other studios reached out to them to pick them up.
Yeah, I imagine that.
And they went to some jobs fair or something like that just happened like right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of them might be moving on to other studios already.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, they're going to have to find a whole new team to finish the game, I guess.
I think it belongs with Robert Kirkman then. Like, it kind of makes sense. Like, if I'm right in saying that studio is helping or something, but the Overkill Walking Dead, which I'm assuming that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that the Walking Dead is with the Walking Dead creator. It just makes
right.
no sense.
Yeah.
So.
Also, just on a side note, the show apparently had pretty poor ratings this last season premiere.
That's a Netflix show for me now.
Are you actually gonna pick it back up?
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch through it because I still like if I see when I stopped watching it, I still picked up like a couple pieces of memorabilia because I still like the show, but it's like it's too slow.
Yeah, and my problem with it though is that the way they film it, and even I think they film it on film or they put like a film grain on it. It instantly aged the show. I
like the look of it actually.
And so when I look at it, I'm just like, that was years ago. I don't want to watch this anymore.
I have the Blu-ray, like the collector Blu-rays for the first 3 seasons, and I really like
film
it.
grain.
Well, no, I like the film grain. I actually really like that aesthetic for that show.
I don't know, just the whole show was boring. Like there's like no music. It's always silent. I'm always hearing crickets.
I think it's supposed to be scary. I think it's supposed to be really scary.
It's not a scary show.
The first season was fucking scary.
The first season was
fucking scary.
After that, it just became action. And then the zombies became just a nuisance.
Which is what I didn't like. But the first, like, I could watch that first season again easily. Like, that's a really good season.
All right, moving on. Nintendo president has explained why Switch voice chat uses phone app.
We didn't know what the internet was and said, shit, we actually put this on a phone.
Again, from GameSpot. Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé has explained why the company offloaded voice chat services onto smartphones. We believe the easiest way for you to connect and have a peer-to-peer experience with voice chat is with your mobile phone. It's always there. It's always with you.
So is the Switch if I'm trying to chat on it.
But what's dumb about this is...
Jesus, Murphy.
If you have a wired headset with your phone, it's annoying to have your phone next to you, have a Switch, and it's a little bit, it's annoying. I don't like it.
I think what they're trying to get at is that the fact that the Switch is mobile, and so as far as I know, there's no cellular Switch. So you would have to tether it to your phone if you wanted internet. And if you didn't, and you just literally just wanted to chat with your Nintendo friends, your phone has the cellular, and you could be playing a single player game and just be chatting with the Nintendo Switch app. I agree with there being a Nintendo Switch chatting app. I agree with that existing. I don't agree with it not being on the frickin' Switch.
Right.
Like have it on both. I think I can join an Xbox Live party on the app.
I
don't know if that's true, but I've been invited and it shows up. I don't know if that will work.
What happens when you click on the invite?
I don't know. I wonder if that's possible. I know I can from a PC.
Yeah.
Which is fucking cool though.
Yeah. Me and Adriano play on. He's on PC. I'm on Xbox One. It's pretty cool.
The walls are breaking down. The walls are breaking down.
Windows, life without walls.
Fucking damn right. Just Windows suspended in shit. Fuck.
This is an interesting development here. Microsoft's new game streaming service, xCloud, has been announced. Again, from GameSpot, Adriano.
He loves GameSpot.
I'm going one source here.
He's our producer.
Yeah. The project aims to bring console-quality games to PC, consoles, and smartphone devices, and it will be rolling out public trials starting in 2019. So this very much sounds like a PlayStation Now type deal that they're getting into the streaming of game service. How do you feel about that?
Sorry, so xCloud is for...
Xbox One, PC, and smartphone devices.
It's weird to me, just from a branding perspective, that it's not just Game Pass streaming. Like, just call it Game Pass streaming.
I thought that's what that fast start thing was. That fast, play thing? I thought that was like a streaming...
That was a dumb thing to announce. I
thought that was a streaming service, but... I like it. It's cool tech, what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it needed to be at the E3 stage.
Yeah, I was going to say, do it in a blog post, honestly. Like, not to play it down, but come on, guys. But even that, though, I agree with having streaming service. I think that's a way that it's going to go. I can definitely see downloads always being there. I think that's been said now.
You're right, though. It's funny that they didn't combine it with Game Pass. Because what Sony did was essentially do the opposite, where they made PlayStation Now kind of like a Game Pass service.
Yeah.
It still doesn't have the first-party titles like Xbox does. And it has pretty old titles,
Yes.
But, it's weird. It's like now you're going to have Xbox Live Gold, Game Pass, and xCloud.
Well, I could. I mean, there's like that bundle to get the hardware. I could see them starting to bundle stuff.
Oh, that was a rumor, right? You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Where you would buy your Xbox almost like a phone plan where it's subsidized.
Oh, I thought that was confirmed. I didn't know that was. I don't remember. It was a long time.
I can't recall if it was confirmed or not.
But I know.
Oh no! Wait! They did confirm it.
I thought it was just in the U.S. I didn't think it was announced for Canada or something.
No, yeah, that's right.
It's been a long time. I don't remember, but.
So I wonder if that's going to be included in that too. Then. I don't know.
That's what I mean. Is like if that's an indication of how they're clearly aware of a bundle. Maybe you could just buy Xbox Live Premium and have all of them.
Yeah.
Or something.
So as detailed in the announcement, players will be able to use an Xbox One controller connected to supported devices. Smartphones can be used via Bluetooth, and a small attachment connects the controller to the phone for ease of use. If you don't have an Xbox One controller, touch controls are also available. Whew.
I don't know about that. I wonder. I like that the phone is becoming more used. I think because it's like okay, like the Switch kind of took off, but the phone is something you always have with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you really could have a docking mechanism for your phone in which you have a phone that's like docked to a controller, or you dock it into like something that looks like a Switch and so you have a bigger screen with a proper controller.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really could do that. And I don't know, it just seems like we're getting to the point where like we're actually using the computer in our pocket more, which is good. Right? I hate the idea of when something's like I have to sit down at a computer. It's like I do that, but I don't like when I'm limited to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I like that those walls are breaking down. I do not like like I said, I kind of want it to be Game Pass, but I think it makes sense that they have a streaming service because we always thought they were just going to make streaming eventually anyway.
Yeah, and this is kind of leads into the rumor where we know there's going to be new hardware consoles next year or within the next couple of years. But there's always that rumor that I think there's a rumor currently that Microsoft's going to have 2 SKUs, one hardware where you still download games and whatever, and one that's only streaming. Like
I could see like almost like a Roku
$100 set-top box that only streams games,
and it probably has like a 250 gig hard drive, download 1-2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see. I might switch to that.
Well, you have the speed; you can easily do it.
Yeah,
you should probably give PlayStation Now another go too, just to see if it works.
It did work before. I had the speed before too.
But
I had 60 before.
You're running into an issue, aren't you?
I had 60 before, but it kept occasionally saying my connection was too slow. I had 60 down, and now I have 100 and something. I think. So it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean 60 is not enough?
But weren't you? You're doing it on Wi-Fi, which shouldn't be a problem because you're right next to your router. But you're also on a 2.4 gigahertz network, weren't you?
Well, you have to be on a PlayStation 4. It doesn't connect to 5 gigahertz.
Oh, the Pro might have 5, I think.
Yeah, the regular one does not.
I don't know then.
I know that sometimes my voice lags. I found this out when a game is downloading.
Jesus.
Because I think that antenna is getting overworked.
Right.
And I tested it the other day where I had some input delay and I kept it downloading, but I plugged in a cable. And my input delay went away.
Wow.
So I think there's something going on. I don't know what the fuck.
Freaking cheap hardware.
Cheap transceiver, I guess, or something's wrong. I don't know.
Little piece of gum wrappers, your antenna.
Fuck. It's also in the back corner of the console, which is really good.
They're also working on developing a way to combat latency with current tests running at 10 megabits per second. That's pretty good because I think PlayStation Now is 15?
I think they recommend 15, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, that's just going to get better and better over time anyway.
The ultimate goal is to make streaming available on 4G networks.
Do you see what I'm saying? We're starting to use the phone in our pocket.
Now, you would probably need although, how much would that take?
What do you mean?
Like, if you wanted to stream just out in the park or something.
Yeah.
How much data would you need?
Well, I think in America, that's starting to become less relevant.
Unlimited packages?
I think here we'll never be able to do it.
Did you see that article I sent? Where the U.S. was warning Trudeau about about Huawei being on Canada's 5G network.
I think I missed it.
And I was like, do they think Canada's going to have a 5G network? You know?
I mean, we will. Probably late.
I know, but remember Bell wouldn't comment on it, and Rogers was like, oh, we don't know what to do.
I would. I'm not going to say it. I was going to... Because it's speculation in the highest order. I don't want to start a rumor, but...
All right. In PlayStation news... PSN Online ID change feature entering PlayStation preview program soon.
Doggy.
This comes to us from PlayStation Blog.
CDNXX RODXX is coming back, baby.
We're happy to announce that we will soon begin testing the long-awaited feature that will allow users to change their PlayStation Network Online ID from their PlayStation 4 system.
Day fucking one. If that baby's $49.99, their old credit card's getting charged.
So I guess to be in the preview program, you had to have been a beta software person. Someone who was testing.
Some sort of beta test, yeah.
And you can change your ID as many times as you want during the preview program.
Ooh.
After that, okay, the first change is free. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I needed to finish it.
And changes after that will cost $9.99 US.
Oh.
And Canadian, it says.
And what?
And Canadian.
Ooh.
$10 across the border.
Woohoo, dog. I can't wait for a bunch of accounts to break the first week.
For PlayStation Plus, it will cost $5.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, Ryan. Oh, fuck yeah.
So there's some issues, though.
Uh-oh.
That probably should be talked about a bit, if I can remember them offhand. Older games, like really older games.
We'll still see your old one.
Are going to have some, it may vary your experience with your name.
What do you mean by it may vary my experience?
Like some games might work fine, other games might not.
What do you mean by work fine?
It's going to cause
Am I going to lose my progress?
I don't think you're going to lose your progress, but if you're trying to play an online game in I don't know, Call of Duty Ghosts.
Okay.
I guess they're not really sure whether it's going to work or not.
What do you mean by they're not sure if it's going to work or not?
Okay, let me just bring up the article. Hang on.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, by the way, yeah, this ain't working too good tonight.
That's why it's currently in a beta preview program, so they can test this out and see how it works.
Oh my Christ! I don't know. Now I don't know about day one. Got my hype down again.
Here's the thing: any games going forward and within the recent years are going to work.
Yeah, but what if I want to just go back one day? This is ludicrous. I don't want to lose all my
You're
data.
You're gonna go back like 5 years and play a game online from 5 years ago.
Maybe.
Have you in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay.
No, but like this is something that I'm going out of my way to change my name and then creating a problem for myself.
You're right. This should not be a problem, but I just don't think it's going to be that impactful.
I have a feeling that it's going to be because the game's going to think I have a different account, and I'm going to lose like my rank in Call of Duty.
I don't think that's going to happen.
But you're saying it's not going to work. What does that mean? It's just going to not.
Okay, let me just continue reading what they got here. When you change your online ID, you will have the option to display your previous ID with your new ID so your friends can recognize you. Yeah. Once you decide to display your old ID or not, you won't be able to adjust this after completing the online ID change process.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This feature is compatible with PS4 games originally published after April 1st, 2018.
Oh, fuck.
And a large majority of the most played PS4 games that were released before this date. However, please note, not all games and applications for PS4, PS3, and PS Vita systems are guaranteed to support the online ID change, and users may occasionally encounter issues or errors in certain games. If for any reason you experience issues after changing your ID, you can revert back to your original ID for free at any time.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Reverting back to an old ID will resolve most issues caused by the ID change. In addition, when this feature officially launches, a list of compatible games published before April 1st, 2018 will be provided on PlayStation.com for reference before you make a change.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
What errors or issues? The game's going to look for my original ID, not see it.
It's not going to delete your progress, though.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
What error would I get? What error would I get? What problem would I have?
Can't find your profile, or can't connect your profile, or can't get you online.
That's loss of progress.
No, it's not. You can revert it back and just play it fine.
Okay, good. And then I got to pay $9.99 to go back?
I don't know about that.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know about this. Like, just have a legacy system in place. If game is this, old ID, I'm fine with that. Oh no, in Call of Duty Ghosts, I show up as my old profile.
That might cause more issues than...
Right, that doesn't make any sense.
This whole system doesn't make sense. Clearly, it took them like 10 years to fix this.
This is a disaster.
So however they set it up back in the day was the wrong way to set something up like this.
This might be a disaster.
And I'm no.
This could be a fucking nightmare.
I'm no software or freaking database expert.
It sounds like the name is like the key or whatever.
I don't know why they did that.
Well, it makes sense because no name can be the same. Normally, you get like a random number that can never be redone, but they just selected that because they never thought anyone would care to change the name.
But why wouldn't that be a thought?
That's the error in the thinking. Technically, it works.
Yeah,
like the engineering works, but it's undesirable. See, I don't get. No, I'm not changing. I don't think now. I'm just gonna create a problem for myself. It doesn't make any fucking sense. April 1st, 2018. This freaking year. This year.
No, but they're saying games published after that will work.
This year. It's not like 2016.
Wait. They're saying games after that date are guaranteed to work.
Okay, fantastic.
The games before, they said most major titles will work.
Technically, Fortnite is before April 2018.
Most major titles will work. Fortnite is a major title.
Most.
Yes, but
do I even want to start this with crossplay? Do I really want to join? Do I want to change my ID during a crossplay beta?
You're not changing your Bethesda one, right?
Bethesda?
Or your Epic one.
What are you talking about? The progress is from my PlayStation onto my Epic ID.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there's a crossplay beta in progress right now. So if I decide to connect my Xbox to my profile and then I change my ID, is it going to get confused and delete my progress?
Okay, they're going to release a list of games that work.
Well, I'm going to fucking wait and see if someone else do this because there's no fucking way.
Even if you do change it, they said you can revert back for free.
What if the progress is wiped before I do that? Log in, wiped, good. Come back, good. Now it works, but I'm level 1 again.
I don't know.
Looks like the old Dragonfire 131009 is here to stay.
I don't think the progress is tied to your name. It's tied to your account.
Why would I have a problem then? Admittedly, I'm not there engineering it, so there's multiple things.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
But that would be what I would be concerned about, and I assume that that's what other people would be concerned about.
Well, they haven't mentioned it here.
There goes the Division, possibly.
Major titles, most major titles will work.
The old Division is
It's a major title.
The old Division is being replaced.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like I couldn't go back and play the old Division for whatever. Like, I mean, I don't think I would, to be clear. But like, there's a lot of work in that. I still want that save there. It's not like it's not like a builder builds a building and thinks in 3 days it's going to fall down, but who cares? He built it. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't see any reason why the error would be lost progress.
Think about this. This is my thought process. You log into Call of Duty, and again, I don't know the engineering behind this. This is a total speculative look. You log into Call of Duty, it knows your name. It's using your name as an identifier on your file.
Yeah.
It looks at the name. It says, oh, this isn't this person. What's happening? So it does one of two things. It either errors out and doesn't let you connect, or it creates a new profile that's at level 1.
But here's the thing. Your profile is not your name.
Are you sure?
Your account is your profile.
But why is the name so crucial? Because the account is
because of however they set it up.
The name is the account. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's not. What I'm saying is it's not attached to your progress or save file.
How do you know that? How can you say that?
Because I think the name.
How can you say that? You don't know that.
I don't know that.
Neither do I.
I don't know that.
No, but
it doesn't make sense to me though that they would attach your save to the name.
Why wouldn't they? If you go to Sony as a developer and you say, "Hey guys, do you guys have an alias or like what should I be reading on the Xbox?" Again, I'm not a database expert and I'm not an engineer, but like let's say the Xbox has a random number that's associated with every person. They say, "Hey guys, the number is never going to change and there's no duplicate numbers. Use the number because use the ID number because the actual name could change." And all the guys go, "Okay, no problem," and they do that. Now you go on PlayStation, and PlayStation when they're making it, they go, "Hey guys, the devs go to Sony and say, "Hey, we want to know what number or what account information we should be pulling." Sony goes, "The name never changes. Pull the name because they're never duplicated." So they say, "Okay, that's a unique identifier." Now your save is your old ID. When you change IDs, the game goes, "That's not that person. Make new ID, level 1."
It's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I would say I from a speculative, non-engineering perspective, I am like 95% confident.
Oh my goodness.
No, because what other problems can you have? Data or disconnects?
They make it seem, now yes, they're trying to sell this, okay?
Of course.
But they make it seem like reverting back fixes the issue. So if you log in with your new name...
So why make the change? This is my issue.
Because most people don't play 10-year-old games.
This is less than a year old games right now.
Yes, but they're saying most major titles. You're forgetting this. Major titles.
It's most. Look how many indie games there are.
Unfortunately, those are going to be lost. But even less people.
Oh, great.
Wait. Even less people play those indie games than the major titles.
You're still cutting out this.
Yes, I'm saying. Wait.
This should not be a problem.
Correct.
I hope you know this.
Correct.
This is my protest.
Not, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you.
It might not, but it could be.
It could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
So I'm introducing a potential problem. Therefore, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm entering into a territory where I could create a problem for myself. Do I have a problem now? A preference problem, but not a technical one.
Yeah.
Technical always trumps preference. Therefore...
Well, we have to wait and see what happens.
I have a feeling it ain't going to be good. We're going to have a lot of people losing their shit.
But that's why we're doing a beta thing.
Well, I will now tell you that I will be not buying it day one. I will be waiting to see what the hell happens.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
The fact that they're disclosing this is not good to me.
Isn't that good, though? Shouldn't they tell you that
issues
may arise?
I like the fact that they're disclosing it, to be clear. I like the fact that they're disclosing it. I like the fact that they're being honest. I don't like that the issue exists.
Yes.
That's not good.
All right, more PlayStation news here. PlayStation recently filed a patent for new tech for remasters, again from GameSpot. A patent filed by Sony suggests the company may be looking into backwards compatibility on newer consoles. The newly published patent, originally filed in November 2016, was titled Remastering by Emulation. It describes a method of spiffing up old games by remastering old textures on the fly. Eurogamer reports that the full application explains how it could take files from legacy software and essentially replace them with higher resolution assets, allowing the game to use the same framework while rendering better looking textures or audio files. The result would essentially be the same as many remastered games we've seen with higher textures, but with significantly less work for developers.
Interesting.
But where does the textures come from?
Well, I mean,
they didn't make
it says
higher
less work. It doesn't say no work.
Oh, I guess. But they didn't make higher resolution textures,
No, that's probably what happens. They probably have uncompressed textures, and then they compress them for the real game. So now that the console has more power, they could just could just put them together, the same IDs or whatever the fuck it is, but then they would be the non-compressed textures. That's what it'd be. Because like, I mean, if you like, you're gonna have a better texture, but you're not gonna go and make like a UHD one if you didn't have one before.
Right.
But you would still have a non-compressed one potentially.
So what's the difference here? Do they have to hand place all the new textures?
No, it sounds like they just swap them.
No, but I'm
if
saying
it's calling
devs.
for texture 1,
I'm saying
it'll
the
look and be
devs.
like, is there a texture 1 HD? And they'll...
What's the hard work for the devs if it's simply just saying replace it with this new texture?
I don't think it is
the software.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably not hard work. It's probably however they do the addressing system. They probably do have to have a file there though.
Yeah.
And then the PlayStation will do it on the fly. So you don't have to patch your game to do it. You have to make like a file that's ready
and send it to Sony.
And then however that works, and then the Sony system will intercept it, so it'll be like texture 1, no HD this time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but this is a part of a larger thing we've been seeing Sony do over the past like month.
Yeah.
And I read an article today on IGN that talked about how all these changes they're making late in the PS4's console generation are to prepare the PS5. That's why all these are happening late. That's why they're all in these weird beta programs.
That does, yeah, that's about right.
Because they really want these for PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So we've had conversations about this on the podcast about Sony needs to up their game.
They're not. Yeah, the value proposition of the PlayStation 4 is which is, and it's increasing now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say a month ago was significantly less than the Xbox One. Now it's starting to become comparable, virtually the same.
Yeah, I think they need to sell PlayStation Now better though, because Game Pass, still to me, just in my mind, sounds like a better deal.
But if they're just doing tech stuff right now, so the name changes and then the what are they doing? The name changes and then the crossplay.
Yeah,
those are tech changes, really. Like they affect our gameplay, but they're tech changes. They are doing tech changes to PS Now, and then they're going to do a big ass push for PS5. I don't think they care about the low numbers and stuff because I think they're going to have possibly a set-top box, and then that'll be just PlayStation Now. They might even remove the name PlayStation Now and just have something else.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll do what Xbox did and have their first-party titles day one with PlayStation Now?
Yes, but that type of stuff is more marketing than technical.
Right.
Oh, we have the downloading tech now. Okay, done. We don't care now. We move on. And then the next gen comes around. Now you can rebrand. It's all just branding after that.
Yeah. In the same article I read, that the next jump to console, the graphics, again, are going to be even smaller than we saw last time. Right?
Yeah.
So they really need to figure out how to add more value instead of just buy the fancy new looking software. Do you know what I mean?
What is that again?
So the PS2 had pretty poor graphics.
Yeah.
Good for the time, but pretty poor graphics.
Okay.
The PS3 was like, here's HD graphics like you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, holy Christ, I got to have this new tech because it looks nice. The games look fantastic.
Yeah.
Then the jump to the next gen wasn't that big of a visual difference at the time.
Because HD looks good.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be even a smaller jump. So they can't sell it on the visuals alone.
They can't, no.
So they have to sell it on what else can this box do for you.
I think IoT is the key
for
these things. Is what's it connected to? Xbox is now connected to Alexa.
It would be cool if they had smart home integration.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's IoT stuff. It's like what can you do from the app? Can you stream to the phone? Like what can you do? How does it plug in?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a set-top box? Can I have a set-top box and have a big console at home, but then have a set-top box that I bring to a hotel room or something, or I plug it into a TV? Can I stream from the cloud? Can I have low bandwidth and still stream? Like, that type of stuff, I think.
Would you ever buy a TV that just had the streaming service like PlayStation Now and like xCloud?
I would say that yes, if the market called for it. I like to hold on to old stuff as it transitions.
Now, here's a question, though.
Okay.
So Sony makes TVs.
Yeah.
And right now, I think they do have PlayStation Now on them.
Okay.
right? And you just get a PS4 controller or whatever and start playing.
Okay.
Would Microsoft doesn't make TVs?
No, but they could.
Would Sony allow an Xbox streaming app on their Bravia TVs?
Yeah, with crossplay. I think the walls are breaking down. I think it's to the point now where I think they're starting to realize, like, I could see them resisting for a year. I still think Sony's going to be the hardest to work with. As a speculative point, I think they're still going to be the hardest to work with, and I think they're going to be the least open of the three. Nintendo probably second least open, and then Microsoft's just wide open. They don't care.
Yeah.
But I can see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised.
Samsung and LG sell more TVs, I think, than Sony does.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not buying a Bravia if I don't have to. That's personal preference, but I ain't buying a Bravia if I don't have to.
The problem I have with Sony TVs, and I haven't looked too much into this, but it's like only their expensive ones seem to be good to me. You buy anything that's in the affordable range,
right?
It's like they start getting kind of murky. Whereas you can go to an LG or Samsung
and
affordable one, and it still looks nice.
Yeah, because it's like going from the big models where they're actually on display to the ones where they're just like all in a row, like kind of at Best Buy, I'm thinking. So it's like all the ones in a row. Like that's where I go to buy a TV because the Samsung ones still look good.
Yeah.
Plus, for some reason, I'm not picky with displays. I have a real shitty $100 monitor. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, it literally doesn't bother me at all.
That's crazy.
People are like, man, I get this like 60 hertz and this, that, and everything, but I got problems with the refresh rate. I'm like, I fucking plug in an HD on my cable. I don't care.
The funny thing about smart TVs with gaming is like you buy a 120 hertz TV and it has like the motion thing on it. It's horrible for gaming.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there's probably a game mode and stuff.
You have to turn on game mode so it gets rid of the motion crap. And
I mean, it's a different use case.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least there's a mode there. It's been thought through.
Mm-hmm. All right, Matt, ask your query corner question.
Did we finish all the stories?
Yeah. We're at an hour though, so make it quick.
No, well, it's kind of. I told you this is gonna be a 2-hour episode, but this is a good. I wrote this down, multiple paragraphs. No, I'm lying to you. Multiple points.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. I'm gonna read this. I got notes here, so I'm gonna kind of skip through this here. So I entitled this section of my presentation. No, but anyway, no. I called this thing under my notes the streaming service overload. Now we've talked about this a bit, but I have some specific questions. So under movies and shows, I wrote down a few streaming services or I guess I shouldn't say streaming service. It's streaming/subscription service because they're both gonna have downloads and stuff now. Like most of them have. So streaming/downloadable service, right? Subscription services, specifically subscription ones. We have movies and shows, which is Crave TV, Netflix, formerly Show Me, as well as Hulu, which is still going, but that's only in America.
Amazon Prime,
which I forgot. Like, there's a bunch, right? Just a few examples. And then there's games. So now we got Xbox Game Pass. We have Nitro, which is the Discord one. We have PS Now, and now we have the what's it called?
xCloud.
xCloud. So I have 3 questions in here. I'll just read the questions and we can go through them if you want. So number 1 is, how will you decide which to buy, or will you just purchase them all? And based on that question, what's your decision-making process in selecting which purchase to make? And then number 3 is, will a service's content give you what you want to watch, or will the content dictate the services? So I'll explain that. That's a little confusing. So I may have worded that wrong, but I'll give an example here. So will you purchase a console over the other due to the service, so the service's offerings, or will you purchase your preferred hardware first and then just deal with what's available on the service?
Okay, let's go one by one here.
Okay, so number 1 is, how will you decide which to buy and which will you buy them all? So streaming/subscription services, and that includes TV shows, games, in general. We're entering the streaming/downloadable subscription age. So how do you decide what to buy, or do you just buy them all?
So right now, I'll just go over what I'm currently subscribed to. Okay. For TV shows and movies.
Okay. For TV and movies.
Netflix, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And Crave.
And Crave. Okay.
Yeah, which is a Canadian service for any people outside Canada.
By Bell, is that right?
By Bell, yeah.
Okay.
But it's now open to anyone. You don't need a Bell. Before you needed a Bell account and a whole dealio.
But Bell still owns it, right?
I think so.
Okay.
But I think the CRTC forced them to open it up.
Well, that was that weird age of Show Me too,
Yeah.
which is dead now. But
so, and I guess HBO, what's it called?
Go?
The Movie Network
HBO/Movie Network because it's a little different in Canada.
Yeah. So I wish I had HBO now. Or
There's
Go.
all those TV. I didn't write those down. All the TV network channel Go apps. And Jesus.
And then the other ones are all like global and stuff like that. Those are just free. You just log in with your provider and you can watch them.
But technically not free.
But there's ads.
Yeah.
And I had to subscribe to Bell to get them.
Yeah. So you need to have traditional cable essentially.
So it's not. So with Netflix, that just makes sense. Everyone has Netflix. It's the biggest one out there. Has a lot of content. Has original programming.
Right.
Okay, that's great. I'm very happy with Netflix.
They're also the pioneer, more or less.
Amazon Prime is more just an offshoot of me getting Amazon Prime. So Prime Video, it wasn't like I wanted Prime Video.
So it was the bundle effect.
Yeah.
Of the Amazon Prime, which gives you a bunch of other stuff, among which is Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah. Crave, again, just came with our Bell subscription. And same with HBO. We wanted HBO on TV, so now we have the Movie Network and HBO app, which sucks. They need to update it.
I have that on Xbox as well. I have that.
It's on Xbox. It's not on PlayStation. It's not on Apple TV. Pisses me off.
Well, Crave is kind of has the same weird availability problems.
Crave is at least on my Apple TV.
Oh, it is. Well, it's on my.
That's
Xbox.
where I mainly want my streaming stuff.
Well, it should be on the frickin' PlayStation too. It's ridiculous.
And I'm trying to finish frickin' Westworld, and the HBO app just won't work for that in particular.
Oh,
I tried to play Westworld, cannot connect a server.
Fuck.
So, and it's grainy. It doesn't look good at all.
I mean, that might be your internet. To be fair, you don't have good speeds here.
I think I've tried it on good speeds, and it's still grainy.
Okay.
They really compress the hell out of those things.
Yeah.
And it still struggles to stream. So a lot of my things I've just inherited. It's not really like I chose them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might not be the best person to ask for
so
this.
it's more like the bundle effect.
Yeah.
In terms of your TV and movies. But what about games then?
I don't really subscribe to anything other than PlayStation Plus.
But like going forward with these subscription services.
Okay, so
like let's say
next gen's
PlayStation
here,
5.
Right? Yeah.
PlayStation 5, everybody has a subscription service of some kind,
Mm-hmm.
right? On top of the fact that they have a membership service for access to the network, PSN or
This is on top of it. Okay.
like PSN Plus or the what do you call them? Xbox Live.
Yeah.
So you now have just like your access pass, essentially, like your subscription services to use the service. But now we're talking subscription services
For games.
for the content you're using.
For me, it would be really the first party titles is a must. I think for me to want it.
So you would okay. So like PS Now
for both PlayStation and Xbox. I think I want first party titles, and it would have to be current titles because I don't go back and play old games.
But would you?
Yeah, speaking of the mic.
Oh damn it! I was thinking my leg has just suddenly started bleeding.
Oh, you've been bleeding on my couch.
Yeah, I'm just bleeding out here. That's a weird thing to have in the middle of a podcast. Just give me a second here. I'm just bleeding out here. But anyway, no, but like, okay, would you? Okay, so for example, if you're always 3 months behind on a subscription service,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more economic to do that, you're still going to get it the same time as all the people on the subscription service, and you're always going to technically have new games. It's just new to you.
I don't like that.
You won't do that. So you would still purchase the games.
Hypothetically, let's say PlayStation had 3-month-old games. Xbox One or Xbox 2 or whatever it is has day one. Okay?
Yeah.
I would prefer the day one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's part of your decision.
That would be part of it. And downloading it is a big decision for me because my internet is slow.
Yeah,
so I can't really stream games, so I need to download them.
Yeah, you need to have the downloadable thing.
Yeah. But if I was in your situation, I think I'd be fine without downloading them.
But if it's just as easy as a stream or download button.
But it wouldn't factor into my decision making.
No, I agree with that. Like if someone was like, "You want to play Friday the 13th?" I wouldn't have to wait for it to download. I would just say, "Yep."
Yeah. Like my Mac Pro here has like I think 200 gigs of movies downloaded. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have
200 gigs.
I wouldn't have any of them downloaded if I wasn't like I had your speeds. I would always just stream everything.
Stream them.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's interesting. Because I mean that's convenient, but like it's something you watch a lot. Where you wouldn't download that. Like if I got to play Fallout 4 a lot, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna download that one. I'm not gonna rely on the network for that one. I play Fortnite a lot. It relies on the network, but let's lower the amount it uses, I'll download that one.
No, I don't think so. I don't get too upset if like the power was out and I can't do anything. You know,
I start to panic if I can't do something.
no, I don't.
Like
I
just
don't
I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I could be doing something.
because I always have like books I can read or something. I always have something else I could do. So it's not that big of an issue if I can't like watch movies on my computer because I had them downloaded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only time I would download was when I go to like the Adirondacks or vacation somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's exactly what I did too. So
I think more for me, it's just the fact that everything I do is on a screen. So I'd be freaking out, be like, fuck, like I can't do anything. I would start like panicking. Okay, so which will services? So like what dictates what then for you? PS4, or PS5, and the new Xbox comes out. Do you choose your console first and then you just deal with whatever's on there, or do you choose your hardware? Or sorry, do you choose the service and then whatever hardware is on it you just go with?
well, to me, like if we take this gen, I really enjoyed what PlayStation offered in PS3
Okay.
in terms of first party titles.
Okay.
Yes, the console was bad. It was slow. Couldn't multitask. You know, had a bunch of issues.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, it was pretty.
But
pretty bad
the first
sometimes.
party content to me was so important. Okay.
Yeah.
That I knew PS4 would be a day one purchase. Now I did have an Xbox 360 as well at the time, and I played that quite a bit with you guys and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
But an Xbox One I didn't buy until this year,
And you hardly use it.
and I hardly use it. So going forward, regardless, even if the PS4 or the PS5 offered the exact same services today the PS4 has,
Yeah.
it would still be a day one purchase for me because of those first party games. That's how important they are to me.
Interesting.
So the console, like the services Sony offers, could still remain crap, and I would still buy the console because I love their first party title so much.
So like, and then obviously they're the one their service, if they only have a service, would have that. So
And what happens when you do that, though, is it eliminates kind of the value that Xbox adds by doing the Game Pass and service and the cross-platform stuff, right? Because if I have a PS4
yeah.
and let's say I want to play GTA 6,
Yeah. That's third party, so it's not going to be
it's going to be
one.
it's going to be on my PS4 or PS5 regardless.
What about if you had like that TV scenario you said, and so you had an option, let's say, to buy a set-top box of each type, of either type, or a TV that had both of the apps on there, Xbox and the PlayStation services. Would you say, well, I might as well get the TV because it has both? You know, I can download a couple games on this TV, maybe. You know, I can plug in a hard drive, maybe, or something.
I don't know.
So, like, now you have both. Like, what's the value proposition? Like, does the hardware matter that much to you? Because it sounds like it's more like the software, except in this case, you'd be more Sony.
I do care about like the hardware, right? Because at the time when the PS4 launched, it did have better hardware than the Xbox One.
Okay.
And I was happy about that, right? Because I'm a bit of a Sony fan in terms of PlayStation, right?
So you do care about the actual hardware, like you having a PlayStation.
I have a PS4 Pro because I wanted an 4K TV because I want to see a good-looking game
From the PlayStation.
from the PlayStation. Yeah. So I can see the software I love, the first-party titles, in 4K on my PS4 Pro, right? I don't know if that answers your question. What was your question?
Well, I'm just trying to determine whether you're leaning towards Sony because you like their first party titles, but in terms of like a general point, it sounds like it's their software skewing you. But like let's say their first party titles go downhill next gen. Do you care whether you have a PlayStation or not?
Their first party titles would really have to take a hit. They'd have to be.
Let's say they take a real bad hit.
And Microsoft's were like really good.
The same. They're on the same improvement that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
They're going up.
It's hard. Like I
don't like. Is it really? Is it the classification of first party that gets you? Or is it literally the fact that PlayStation, the hardware, is holding you there? That's basically what the question, I guess, is. Like, are you a super fanboy of the PlayStation brand? If you are, then that's dictating, and then you buy a PlayStation, and then you just have to get the subscription service and you deal with what's on there.
I think that is true because the fact that I'm struggling to answer if all the first-party titles you love were crap, would you switch to Xbox? The fact I'm struggling with that answer, it should be an easy yes to anyone who's impartial.
So you're more hardware based then. Like you would.
Well, no,
you wouldn't really investigate. You wouldn't investigate the Sony service. You would purchase a PlayStation set-top box, let's say, and then you would just go on there and be like, oh, let's see what's on here.
Difficult questions, man.
Well, that's why I said it's a good query corner. Like I thought this out, man.
So explain to
Okay, two services come out. Let's okay, hypothetical situation. PlayStation, and there's a new PlayStation and a new Xbox. Okay, they're set-top boxes. You have to buy the respective PS Plus and then the subscription service. Let's just hypothetically say they both have download capability, to unlimited capacity, as well as streaming capability.
Yep.
So you literally have to buy these two services to use them, essentially.
Right.
Okay. Or that's the most economic, and it's so economic that that's the way to do it. If PlayStation has a worse offering in their an objectively worse offering in their service, but it's still serviceable. Like it's not fucking like really bad, but it's like 8 out of 10. And Microsoft's is a 10 out of 10 in their service. Are you hooked on the PlayStation hardware like the actual PlayStation name on that hardware that you would buy the PlayStation brand despite the 20% difference?
I think so.
So you're more hardware than the software.
I don't want to say hardware.
That's what it is, though.
I would say brand, though. This is a brand
the
loyalty
hardware is
thing.
branded.
Okay, if you want to think of them as one of the same, sure.
If the PlayStation app, subscription app, worked on the Xbox set-top box as well, I think you would still buy the PlayStation one. Or would you do, like, let's say for some reason the Xbox allows the PlayStation app to run, but Sony said, no, the Xbox One doesn't run on here. Would you buy the Xbox hardware, or would you limit yourself to one streaming service? That's probably the ultimate question there.
Right.
In like as a sub-question of this.
It's tough to answer. I don't know.
Like for me, economically, that just makes sense. I just buy the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Done.
You're not particularly a fan of either.
I don't play any of their first parties hardly. I don't care.
Yeah, so it really doesn't matter to you.
It's literally just numbers. It's like, well, this one's $100 cheaper. I'll do that. Like,
and you kind of got the PS4 because everyone else around you kind of was getting it, right?
Yeah.
And you bought an Xbox One too. So.
Yeah, I just bought them both.
Yeah. I mean that is what I will probably always do until either Sony or Microsoft blow up. I will probably always buy both consoles.
But like there was a massive delay in you buying the Xbox One.
But the issue that happened there, again, I'm a Sony fanboy, okay? So I like the first party titles. Xbox's first party titles for the majority of its life, Xbox One, were pretty poor.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not the biggest Gears fan. I'm not the biggest Halo fan. I don't like racing games, so I didn't care about Forza.
Yeah.
What else is there? You know what I mean? Rise and,
there's a whole
Sunset Overdrive.
There's a whole whack of third-party titles.
But the third-party titles are available, in a large part, available on PS4.
Yeah, mostly cross.
So there was no reason for me to run out and get an Xbox One day one.
Yeah.
Right? But if Xbox is actually buying these studios I care about, like they bought Ninja Theory, and I loved Hellblade, right? Then it could shift me to a day one purchase of an Xbox next gen.
But you're more connected to the PlayStation brand.
Yes.
So, like, you have some wiggle room, but you're more connected to the hardware than the service.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
But what's tricky is when you say that the PlayStation is objectively worse.
It is an 8 out of 10.
Because right now it's objectively worse in terms of services, but I would say objectively better in terms of software.
First party.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm just saying, in terms of like literally like the PlayStation service is literally objectively an 8 out of 10, and the Xbox One is a 10 out of 10.
And like I said, the first party titles outweigh everything that Xbox is currently doing on their console. Game Pass is amazing. The fact that they have crossplay support is amazing. Yeah. The fact that they have EA access is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Xbox Live, you get to keep your games even after the subscription runs out. That's cool. The controller's better. Right?
Yeah.
The Xbox One X is a better console than the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
The UI is better.
Connects to Alexa now.
It connects to Alexa.
I think it connects to Discord.
Has more integrations. Has more apps.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 10 things that just
connects to the PC to an extent.
Connects to the PC. I can play with Adriano on PC. That's cool. Okay, that's like 10, 11, 12 things we just named.
Yeah. That
does not beat the first party titles for me.
Yeah, so you're more connected to the PlayStation name, I think.
The software. I think it's the software.
No, but then you would buy the Xbox set-top box if it had the PlayStation app on it. That's what I was saying. Is what if the Xbox is so open that they say you can run the Xbox subscription service, but you can run the Sony subscription service?
I can't answer it.
No, because you can't answer means you're connected to that PlayStation hardware. If you had a set-top box in front of you that said PlayStation and it only runs the PlayStation subscription service, which means it runs PlayStation first-party titles and the third-party titles. But then you had the Xbox one and they're like, we don't care. So they had the Xbox, it's the Xbox set-top box and it's the Xbox subscription service, but it's also the PlayStation subscription service. So you literally get the best of both worlds. That is literally and objectively, in terms of financial, non-sentimentality, non-fanboyishness, better choice is to buy the Xbox one.
Correct.
But you are struggling, that means you're connected to the PlayStation hardware.
Correct.
I would say.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
Yes, I believe you. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I hope you know.
No, I don't understand this. But that's what being a fan is, though.
That's a bit too much. That's like literally a double off.
But think about this. People like their sports teams, even when they fail every time.
Yeah.
There are still Leaf fans out there who love the Leafs.
Yeah.
Hope they do good every year and are always let down.
But they're always still going to the games. The games still do the same thing for them. They still get to go out.
But their team never wins and never goes on victory.
Yeah.
And are usually out before the playoffs.
Okay.
Right? So that's what being a fan is. You still support something even when it's not the best it can be.
Okay.
So I am a PlayStation fan, right?
Yeah.
So let's say the first-party titles are pretty rough come PS5. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stick with them because I believe in their... How do I put it? They have a reputation that I believe in. Sony has currently set themselves up a reputation of making great first-party titles. So even if they have a rocky, rough patch, I still have faith that they could be restored to the former glory.
In the same breath, though, that still shows bias because because with that being said, then what you would do is you would buy the Xbox set-top box first, and then eventually, like you did with the Xbox One S this generation, you would eventually buy the PlayStation.
But see, the problem is no one has foresight into those games being bad.
No, but I'm saying if there was, like, if it's like, fuck, these games are bad, like these launch titles are bad, and there's not enough games on this service, this is bad. Like, for whatever, it's objectively 20% worse in every way. The chat's worse or something. Like, it's just objectively worse, hypothetically.
Yeah. I'd still buy it.
First? Or would you end up, because the Xbox offering is so good, you'd buy both?
Well, they would both be day one purchases at that point.
See, that's fucking weird. Because the one's just the other one. Who cares? Like, if the Sony one ran the Xbox app, I'd be like, fuck the Xbox. Like, fuck the Xbox hardware. I'll just buy a PlayStation.
Is there nothing... BlackBerry...
Yeah.
Okay. There are better phone offerings out there.
Sure.
But you're still a BlackBerry fan.
Sure.
You still want BlackBerry to come back. Now I know you won that Key 2.
Yeah.
But you're using the Key 2.
Yeah, because I like it. But I left from the Passport, went to an LG G4, and then I went and got an S8 Plus.
Yeah.
You can still pull me away. Like, I do have brand loyalties and I have weird stuff like that, but you can pull me away.
But I'm saying I'm in the same situation.
Yes, but I'm just trying to get which one you're connected to that PlayStation hardware more than you are the PlayStation service, I think. It just so happens that the PlayStation hardware, and maybe this is where it came in, maybe it's because of the first-party titles.
And nostalgia and sentimentality are not logical.
No, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I completely admit that buying an Xbox with a PlayStation app on it is the more sensible thing to do.
It is financially more sound in our hypothetical scenario.
Fandom, nostalgia, and what was the other word I used? Sentimentality, are illogical, and yet I'm a human, and I will fall victim to them.
Fuck, that's a big draw, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, like that's such a big draw. That's literally like cutting your by 20%.
But I'm also in a position to buy both.
No, yes, I understand that.
A lot of people don't have that.
But I don't understand why buy both.
I understand someone who can only afford one console. Making that proper decision of the better value.
Yeah.
I get that.
Right.
I can just afford both.
It's just weird that you would have the motivation.
I could go buy a Switch right now, but I don't because I would probably play it once and never touch it again.
But you did the same thing with the Xbox for a long time.
Yes.
And you still did it.
I bought that. That was a good deal on that one.
But still.
Yeah. But if there's a good deal on the Switch, I'd buy that right now too.
Really?
Yeah. If they had a Switch that was like $300 and it came with like 3 games, yeah, I'd go buy that.
Jesus Christ.
And then never play it.
Jesus.
I bought the Wii U and freaking never played it.
I played my Wii U quite a bit, but then it burnt me. So
Again, but this is the collection thing too.
I don't care about
I want to have them. I want to have the console. I want to have a Wii U in 10 years and people are like, holy Christ, look at that Wii U.
I'm getting old, man. I think I'm starting to lose motivation for stuff like that. Like,
so clearly, but we think we know your answer to this then.
well, I'll go. You want me to go through the questions
Sure, go
real
ahead,
quick? Yeah. So, how will you decide which to buy, or will you buy them all? So, in terms of movies and shows, it's strictly what's on them, and I will strategically purchase stuff. So, I purchased Crave TV for The Sopranos, and then I had a problem with renewing that they didn't help me through, so I didn't renew, but I don't care. It's not like I'm missing anything that I wanted to watch on there, to my knowledge, anyway. But if something on there is like, I really want to watch that, I'll end up buying it again. But how I treat that is, if it's like one show, I'll buy the monthly commitment. If there's like, sometimes there's an annual or a monthly commitment, I'll buy the monthly commitment, even though it's more money per month, then I can back out. So I'll do that. Netflix and stuff is like the more standard because they have like stuff all the time and it's convenient. I can just be like, play this on Netflix and it goes. And the integrations as well. I like that I can just go to my Google Home and be like, just play this, and it just does it.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. Just walk in the room and be like, do this.
Yeah.
Decision. Okay. So I won't buy them all as the aside to that. And number 2 is decision-making process and selecting which to purchase. So I just kind of went through that. It's what's on there, and it's like I will strategically purchase them. And if one has like a bulk amount of stuff that's good, I will purchase that on like the long term and keep that around. And then number 3 will serve that. That's that one where it's like, are you connected to the hardware? Are you connected to whatever? I objectively like Microsoft better. I am a bit of a Microsoft fanboy, but if the PlayStation, in the hypothetical situation, if the PlayStation set-top box ran the PlayStation app, like subscription service, and it also ran the Xbox subscription service in some twisted world, and the Xbox One did not, I would buy the PlayStation without thinking. But if the Xbox did the opposite, like let's say they did the opposite, so it had the 2, and the PlayStation only had the 1, I would buy the Xbox. If they both had both, I'd buy the Xbox.
Right.
So I do have a connection to the hardware, but I am financially motivated first.
But in the separated ones where they don't have both.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a moment's hesitation?
One where they don't have both.
So well, let's say the PS5 has the Xbox app.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a moment of hesitation where you don't just instantly buy it and you think, maybe I should kind of look at the Xbox offer?
Even though it only has the 1?
Yeah.
No.
I'll always just, this one's the better value, go for that one.
Because it's such a better value. It's not something like, oh, you can change your name on this one. That's a small value proposition, but it's not enough. It's like I can buy this PlayStation, right? I could buy this PlayStation set-top box. I could play with my Xbox Live friends.
Yeah.
I could play with my PlayStation friends. Crossplay is all there now, let's say, in this hypothetical. So I'm not connected to the Xbox hardware. It kind of sucks. And whatever, because I do like Microsoft and that type of thing, but I'm still using their service.
Yeah.
And I've learned enough now that like I'd rather not be hounded by a service or be like inconvenienced. I will fight for a convenience more than I will fight for a brand, I think. That's why I left BlackBerry. It was like all these apps are leaving. I could have fought it out and used the web app versions and stuff for a while. Like I was on a BlackBerry Passport, but I was like, I can't fight this anymore. And I'm being inconvenienced so much that I'm leaving. And that was what happened. And now I'm back because I can use all the apps. So
I think a problem, well, I don't know if it's a problem or not, but I'm pretty loyal to things, Yeah.
And
especially if they're good to me. So Apple's been good to me my entire life. And so that's why I'm loyal to them.
Has it been good to you?
Yes.
We're gonna start we had like a 1 hour fight before the podcast.
I understand. Okay, but yes, it has been good to me my entire life. Okay. So I'm very loyal to that brand. Okay. So it takes a lot for any like dings in its armor, for me to start noticing them. And so I feel the same way is true about PlayStation. Since I love those first party titles so much,
right?
I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they will continue to be good.
I think you're more like I was like 5 years ago. where I was more brand loyal. Now I'm like ideologically to get. So what I'll do is like my ideology now is like I really like the from a technological standpoint. I really like the IoT. So it's like, hey, the Xbox has more integrations, and like this Google Home has more integrations than this Alexa. So I can like plug this in, but then I'll get an Alexa as well because it plugs into my Xbox and stuff, which I didn't know at the time, but it plugs into more stuff. So I got both, and then it's like I'm more ideologically driven for the cloud, I think, and for convenience and like that type of stuff. Whereas before I was like, oh, I really should keep everything in the Google ecosystem. I will keep things in an ecosystem if I can, because it's usually convenient. So it's serving my purpose of convenience.
Yeah.
But I used to be severely brand loyal, like with the BlackBerry stuff. I used to be severely brand loyal. And I still have that, and I still like will look for BlackBerries, and I still have a BlackBerry in my hand right now, and like stuff like that. But I'm more about the experience. Like that HomePod over there, I'm sorry, but that thing's inconvenient to use because it's not very smart. So I have no thought of ever getting that.
But so we have different use case scenarios, though. So you're looking for a device to control your home and talk to it and get information and set appointments and whatever else you're doing.
I want it to help me.
You want it to help you. Okay. Yeah. I bought that because it streams music. I literally bought that for its sole purpose.
See, okay, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah. That's why I buy a shitty monitor, because I don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Would you?
And yes, a lot of the reason I bought that is Apple bias.
I was about to say, because couldn't you get a better speaker for the same price if you just wanted to stream music to it?
Not a better one.
Not a better one.
Not a better sounding speaker.
If there was one, would you get it?
Well, I have that system over there.
No. I'm saying for the same price. For the same price. If you had I don't know how much that was.
No, because $500.
Jesus fucking Christ!
See, so if there was
holy, what is going on? That was $500.
I think around there, yeah.
Canadian,
yeah. It's $349. I think.
I'm still pointing at it for the here.
Okay,
I'm literally shocked.
Let me look up the price.
I'm shook actually.
Let me double check the price here.
I thought for sure it was like $369, like $400.
Well, it's $349 American.
Oh Jesus!
Let me double check the price.
Oh no! What is going on? For a smart speaker?
So ask your question again, though.
You have apparently $500 in your pocket, and let's say no other speaker, like those. You have a really good sound system over there to my right. Mm-hmm. That's probably more than 500, I assume.
At least at the time it came out, yes.
Okay, yeah, because it's vintage stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, those don't count. Let's just say you go to the Best Buy today. You have $500. You what?
$449.
Jesus, before tax.
Yeah.
Holy, what are you doing for a speaker?
Okay, let me just explain a couple things to you here, though. Okay, these desktop speakers, which I think are inferior to that one. These ones are louder. Okay. But I think the sound quality is better on the HomePod.
Okay.
These were $700.
What the hell are you buying? And that's not even me being like, oh man, I like if I was rich, I'd have the same speakers. I don't care.
See, I do care. I think this is another thing. Okay, I want everything to be the best quality possible.
I put my toe in. I went and got the lowest Bose ones because I want it to sound good.
Bose is good. Yeah.
I want it to sound good, but yeah. I can't hear the diff. I physically can't hear it.
Okay, so if I had
to go back to you,
if I had $449 in my pocket,
yes,
the HomePod's available,
and there's another one that there's exactly the same price. You have to spend that amount.
Okay,
exactly the same price. It is right beside it in the store. You see it, and it is a better quality by 20%.
It plays Apple Music, and you
just do the streaming however you stream things to.
See, that's where my Apple bias would then take over.
You would get the HomePod still.
Yes.
So technically, that is a biased device.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's dumb.
But everything you buy is a biased device.
But you do admit that Siri is dumb.
Yes. See, that is one area where I do think Apple has made a huge mistake. Yes.
Siri is dumb. Like that is. I think that's objectively true.
Siri, because I do use Siri a lot, and she does what I need her to do. Okay. Now she can't get me all the answers in the world. She can't do a lot of things. She's not contextually aware all the time.
That's not good.
It's very selective. Okay. Yeah. She's bad. I admit this. Okay. I want Apple to be better with Siri. Okay. But the HomePod is not why I bought it. I didn't buy it for Siri. I bought it for audio quality. And for the same price, it's very difficult to find a speaker, according to not just me, but other reviewers, to find a speaker that's the same quality at the same price.
I'll admit that I don't think I've heard music from it, but I admit that it probably sounds good. But
But to you, audio quality isn't that big of an issue.
Not in terms of the IoT stuff.
And you don't listen to a lot of music as well.
Yeah.
So listening to
there's that.
podcasts, the Echo and the Google Home Mini, perfect devices for that. You know,
and I bought those nice Sony ones that are meant for podcast listening. Yeah,
and the Google Home Mini is okay on sound. You could play music on there and be completely happy.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I don't know about that Alexa, but yeah.
Yeah, but what's nice about this speaker though, okay, is it conforms the audio to the room it's in. It has 6 microphones on it, okay, and it listens to the room and actively changes it and directs audio at you, okay. There's some serious tech in there. It's not just a speaker.
But wouldn't it be awesome if that plugged in to it, like, and not literally, but like it like plugged in terms of the internet. I'm talking like in terms of IoT.
Yeah,
IoT is Internet of Things, to be clear. Plugged into like your Xbox or something. Like,
yes,
you know
100%.
what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Like my Alexa will talk to all my Microsoft services.
Yes.
My Microsoft services talks to my Android. My Google is because I'm using Android. So my Google talks to a lot of my Android stuff. And then I have like all this. I have this whole shebang. And when I introduce third-party things like my TP-Link switch, I introduce problems. Like it has some weird quirks sometimes. It'll just randomly turn itself to no remote and stuff like that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's
you're right.
I'm trying to keep things in the same ecosystem, but I'm willing to branch out objectively.
Again, this kind of goes back to the Sony analogy of their first-party titles outweighing the benefits other things offer me. Okay? The sound quality and the fact that it plugs in with my Apple stuff outweighs other speakers and their ability to plug into other devices.
But in your case, the Sony, the I would say the sentimentality is above the first party.
In this case.
Well, in the set-top box case too, because you said that you would have to buy both, even though one had both services. Because that doesn't that's sentimentality.
I think we would have to like plug my brain into a computer and see how much of a percentage is the fandom, nostalgia, and sentimentality.
Yeah.
And then the rest, would be
what would you call that? Irrational attachment or something?
Sure, yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah,
because like rationality would be let's look at the number, I guess. Right. Oh yeah.
There's no reason why you should, other than experience, right?
Yeah.
So I've only had an iPhone. I've had very limited experience with an Android. So it's like I know my iPhone works for me.
Yeah.
Gets the job done. I'm going to buy a new iPhone.
I mean, technically, that's still an objective that a lot of people have. If it ain't broke, don't
but
fix it.
I would need to see what the percentage is that pushes me over the edge on certain things.
Interesting.
But I do recognize that these are illogical biases I have. But I think all humans do, and you're lying if you don't have those.
No,
you know
I
what
definitely
mean?
have biases.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But your focus is more value-oriented.
Well, I've changed. Like I said, I used to be brand. Now I'm IoT.
Yeah.
You are still, I think, the brand more.
Mm-hmm. But only because the brands haven't burned me. Now, you and Adriano have a lot of problems with Apple products, right?
I have a lot of problems with Apple products.
Those problems have not cropped up in my life.
But they've propped up here.
Yes.
In this very domicile in which...
Under certain circumstances, correct. Okay.
Like, let's transfer the show to my phone.
Yeah.
So that we can frickin'... because I'm the person that puts it up. So like I'm gonna edit it, encode it or whatever, and then I'm gonna ship it.
Yeah.
And we had to download 2 separate softwares just to get the frickin' thing to work.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, but it's not deal breaking for me. I'm not going to toss out my Mac and say, "Yep, you were right. Windows is better."
Admittedly, Windows has quirks too.
Because of that one issue, is what I'm saying.
Obviously, Windows has its fair share of issues.
Yes, but everything does.
Everything does.
You just choose what is best to your preference.
See, I think Windows again. There's probably some sentimentality there. I've started on IBM, but I have objectively, it's that I could use something that somebody hacked together to get it to work. Though seriously,
See,
if there's a problem, I could use a hack. I could use a hack if it's like I really need this done today. I could use somebody's software that could be a hack to get it to work. Whereas on Mac, I find that less frequently. I find there's more little weird like plugins and stuff for Windows versus on a Mac, and this is again personally that I've found.
And a lot of that is too because of the popularity. Windows is so vast in its use, that developers make everything for Windows.
And Windows 10 is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like Windows 10.
Windows 10 is a good operating system.
But now this could be illogical too. But I also care about the quality of construction and design. Okay, so a lot of PCs before they're getting a lot better now. But before like 5 years ago, right? Most PCs were pretty ugly.
Unless it was custom built.
and pretty cheaply built. Okay.
Yeah, I admit that.
I really commend Microsoft on their Surface line of products. And if Apple ever went up in flames or did something horrible that actually pushed me away from them,
Yeah.
I would buy all Surface products. I'd have a Surface Studio as my desktop, and I'd have a Surface Notebook as my go-to device. Because I like their design, and they look like quality builds to me.
Yeah, like I think my ideal setup would be Microsoft stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Surface Studio and a Surface Book 2 with performance base, but
I don't like cheap stuff though. I can't stand it.
But the objectiveness comes out. Like I'm an AMD guy, but the laptop I found was Intel and Nvidia. It was too good of a deal, so I bought it.
Yeah,
and it's plastic.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you're not a fan of that.
But you did take a hit on your PC though, because you bought AMD.
Yeah.
Graphics card and processor.
Yeah, I took a hit for that. Yeah.
Even though Intel had better offerings at the time.
It's fanboyish. That's fanboyish for sure. 100%.
All right. Well, that was a long ass.
I told you it was gonna be
40 minute query corner question, Matt.
I told you it was good.
Oh man.
I don't know if you thought it was good, but
no,
I think
it was good. No, I liked it. Yeah. It was a delve into the human mind, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting actually.
Yeah.
I should create a sub show which we do after we're tired from this show.
Jeez,
so then we're like psychologically doing like crazy shit. Yeah, it'd be fucking awesome.
All right, we try to stream on Twitch on Wednesdays. For some reason, Wednesdays are like people book us for gigs on Wednesday nights.
That's pretty standard, isn't it?
It's a horrible night.
I thought that was standard for bands, though, right?
Friday is the night you want. Friday and the weekend. I don't know why.
I always thought Saturday was the day you'd want.
Saturday too. Like, any day when the most people want to be out at a bar and listen to music.
No, but isn't it like a band will get discovered when there's less people there? Because when there's more people there, you're just there adding to the noise because people are there to party. Totally speculative, but that's just kind of how I thought of it. Whereas it's like if there's less noise in the room, if there's somebody there scouting, that's when you get discovered. But if the room is fucking crazy,
our concern isn't really someone scouting us. We just want people in the room to hear us. So we want the most people in the room, to listen to our music.
Admittedly, I've been to your shows on like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you guys are the guys that bring the crowd, in my experience.
Yeah.
And then everybody takes off. And there's a couple of bands after. Not to diss the other bands, but just literally I see the people leave.
That is a big issue though. Like even the smaller bands and stuff, their people come for their set and then they leave afterwards. Because we live in a world where people have other things to do for entertainment. Whereas before it's like, read the newspaper again.
Yeah.
Or we can go out and see a band.
Yeah.
So people just don't do that anymore.
Yeah, people don't want to pay the expensive premium for booze, and people don't want to have to pay the cover. And
so it's tough to get people actually out to gigs, but we've been doing all right. Anyway, different podcast.
The psychological podcast.
Right. All right. And we're on the YouTubes.
We're on the Spotify.
We're on Spotify now.
Woo!
Because they opened up their doors.
Heck yeah, they did.
And iTunes and Google Play Podcasts.
Google Play Music.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Come on, and we're on Google Podcasts. The two separate services, Ryan.
I know.
And we're on YouTube. The podcast is also on YouTube.
Get that YouTube Premium so we don't have ads anymore. Never mind.
Come on, bud.
All right, we'll see you.
Ad free on YouTube.
We'll see you guys.
Peace.